The Kingdom of Eldoria had long been at war with its greatest rival, Drakhar. Blood had been spilled for decades, and neither side could claim victory. To end the conflict, King Edric of Eldoria and King Varian of Drakhar agreed to unite their children in marriage. Prince Kael, the valiant heir of Eldoria, would wed Princess Lysandra of Drakhar. Kael, though uneasy, knew his duty. Peace was more important than his own desires. Lysandra, however, remained a mystery to him. Beautiful yet distant, she rarely spoke of her feelings. On the eve of their coronation, Kael stood on the castle balcony, watching the flickering torches of the people celebrating. Little did he know, a betrayal was already in motion. The night before their coronation, Kael couldn't sleep. He decided to clear his mind with a walk through the castle gardens. As he passed the eastern tower, he heard whispers. Carefully, he stepped closer and recognized Lysandra's voice. "I have done as you asked," she said. "By dawn, Eldoria will fall." Kael's heart pounded. Hidden in the shadows was a man he knew too well, General Edric of Drakhar, the very enemy Kael had spent years fighting. He listened in horror as Lysandra spoke of her love for Edric and their plot to hand Eldoria to Drakhar. His blood ran cold. The woman he was to call his queen had betrayed him. Kael stumbled back from the tower, his mind spinning. His father had trusted Lysandra. He had trusted her. Rage and heartbreak battled within him, but he knew he had to act fast. Returning to his chambers, he summoned his closest friend and commander, Sir Gareth. "We have been deceived," he said. "Lysandra is working with Drakhar." Gareth's face darkened. "What shall we do?" Kael clenched his fists. "We must stop them before it's too late." Dawn arrived, and the grand hall filled with nobles. The coronation was set to begin. Kael stood beside Lysandra, masking his turmoil. He had made his decision. As the high priest lifted the crown, Kael raised a hand. "Stop this ceremony!" Gasps filled the room. Lysandra turned to him, feigning confusion. "What is the meaning of this?" Kael's voice was steady. "You have betrayed me, and this kingdom." He turned to the guards. "Seize her!" Lysandra's eyes darkened. "You fool," she hissed. "You are already too late." At that moment, a horn blew from the castle walls. Drakhar's army had arrived. Chaos erupted. The castle gates shook under the force of battering rams. Drakhar's soldiers stormed in, cutting down anyone in their path. Kael drew his sword, leading his men into battle. Lysandra had vanished. Kael fought through waves of enemies, desperate to find her. The kingdom was falling apart, but he refused to surrender. Kael spotted Lysandra fleeing toward the secret passage behind the throne room. He pursued her, his heart pounding with anger and betrayal. She turned to face him. "You were never meant to rule, Kael. Drakhar will bring order to this land." Kael shook his head. "You have destroyed any chance of peace." They clashed, sword against sword. But Lysandra was not trained for battle. With a swift strike, Kael disarmed her. Kael had Lysandra at his mercy. "End this war," he commanded. "Call off the attack." Lysandra only laughed. "It is beyond my power now." His grip on his sword tightened, but could he truly kill the woman he once trusted? Before Kael could decide, Sir Gareth arrived. "Drakhar's army is retreating. Reinforcements from our allies have arrived." Lysandra's eyes widened in shock. Her plan had failed. Kael turned away. "Take her to the dungeon." With Lysandra imprisoned and Drakhar's forces defeated, Eldoria stood victorious. But Kael felt no joy. His heart was heavy with loss. His father placed a hand on his shoulder. "You did what you had to." Kael nodded. But the scars of betrayal would never fade. Days later, Kael stood before his people. The war was over, but the cost had been high. He took the crown and placed it on his head. "I will not let Eldoria fall again," he vowed. The people cheered, but deep in the dungeons, Lysandra sat in silence, her eyes burning with vengeance. The story was not over yet.